This is the first attempt at my separation of water into oxygen and hydrogen electric hydrolysis machine thing. I already tried it, that's why that wire is completely oxidized and completely destroyed, but I will show the process of setting everything up and making it work. So I 3D printed this thing, has a tunnel in the middle. The idea is that with this on top, one side's positive, one side's negative, hydrogen, oxygen, 2 different parts. Not sure that's exactly how that works, but hopefully at least some type of gas comes out. Let's go. So first, just using tap water, has particles in it, should be good. The impurities in the tap water will help with electrical conductivity, I decided. Got that. Leave that there. Now that we have our main dinner planned, don't worry about the water. Now that we have our main dinner planned, we're going to become Gordon Ramsay and season it with some table salt. It's important you don't use chair salt, as chair salt is quite different. You want to have table salt, not desk salt, not throne salt. It must be table salt. If I was going to buy a table, I'd buy a table with wood. So that's salt now. Mix it around a bit. Important, this has to be non-conductive, you might die. Alright, now we have salt in water, which should be conductive. We have one side which is got a wire, one side of another wire. I'm going to flip it. I tested this before and I had it in this orientation. So I'll connect that wire to the positive terminal of the battery and that wire to the negative terminal of the battery. Like so. This is a 12 volt, 7.2 amp hour battery. Now this one, as soon as I turn this on, the reaction is going to occur. Again, I already did it before, that's why this wire is stuffed. I'm pretty sure, since hydrogen has a positive charge, it should go to the negative terminal, and because electricity is swapped, it should go to this terminal. What the hell? So if we watch that, nice and in focus. Whoa! Isn't that cool? Come on, I'll try zooming in. Right, ready? Whoa! It's bubbling. There's nothing happening on the other side. I notice on the other side, eventually, well, first of all, the wire gets completely detinned and like corroded, but also it starts developing a weird blue fluff and a weird green fluff and yellowish fluff as well, and it also like attacks the floor of the plastic box I've made, 3D printed plastic box, and it kind of like eventually the whole entirety of the water just turns green. And on the side, this side here, that's bubbling, this side, instead of any clouding or strange stuff, what happens is it starts to form like a layer on the top. And I think the layer is formed by either the metal itself or the walls, plastic walls, or the insulation, something. And it turns the water green, kind of blue. It's in focus. I just plugged it into the battery so I'm not holding the wire anymore. You see that tint starting to form? It's really hard to focus. Really hard to focus. kind of see it there. And here it's bubbling. Still bubbling. Still bubbling. Welcome to landscape mode. This is the setup. You can see here, it is starting to make the aforementioned blue tingy stuff. And I can show you if it's attacking the bottom at all. No, it's not attacking the bottom. It kind of makes this dark red maroon colour. But anyways, yep, that's that side. This side's still bubbling away. Out of focus. Let's get it closer. Yes. So does not want to be in focus. As you can see, it's still bubbling. This side doesn't experience any corrosion for some reason. So that's either hydrogen gas, oxygen gas, or both. And I hope it's not both. Probably is both. Because there's nothing on this side. Unless there is something and I can't see it. That would be exciting. As you can see, it's starting to turn even more blue. Quite a strange tinge. It's not showing up yet, but eventually it does make some cloudy, dark substance, or blue substance. Let's get some light in here. Got this light. Get my focus first. Oh, you can see some green stuff on the walls. A real tinge to the water starting to form. Let me get that light in there. So yeah, should I light on fire? Oh, there's green stuff swirling off it. Probably shouldn't breathe that in. Not sure what it is. I'm gonna grab it with chopstick. Okay, I can't. Slightly bad idea here. Let's try it. Fire. Nothing happened. You can see the reaction is still progressing. Right, add a bunch more salt. That would quite tasty. A taste test after like dye poisoning. Oh, unfortunate. Ratatouille. See, it's kind of bluish green now. Ooh, that's bubbling a bit more. It's all hard to see now from my point of view. It's all getting more and more opaque, less transparent, more translucent. You can see how it's kind of sticking out the top. There we go. Look at that. On this side. I don't think we're going to see the clouds this time, maybe because those clouds were formed by the tin, and as I showed before, the tin on these wires is already long gone. Look, you can see each side is a different colour. This side's connecting to the negative terminal. It's a bit more green. This one's a bit more blue. This one's more opaque. You can see the top layer kind of forming. This is precipitatus thing, and then this side kind of has like a blue tinge, especially in the shadows right around here. I just tried the match thing over again, it didn't really do anything. Could use a chimneys, see if that does anything. Precipitate. It's still bubbling away, I'm not sure you can see it. Right here. And yeah, it kind of makes this. Hates this stick. It's kind of on the end there. It's kind of the most difficult thing to focus on. Just got it. Green. Oh, you can hear it. Didn't like me touching it, so this side doesn't care. I can stab. Still a difference in colours. Update, it's green as hell. That's the start. This one won't bubble unless I fiddle around with this one. I think even it's impossible to see now. It's become so corroded. See, now it bubbles. It's become so corroded that it's actually blocking electricity. So you see now it's bubbling more. Is it going to die down? Hopefully not. Just kind of fiddling around with the other one. Now it's bubbling a lot. We've got all this green yucky stuff. This side's actually yellow now that I've mixed it. Must be from the oxidization. It's got little particles floating everywhere. That is disgusting. Not only the left side, but the right side now has started forming a yellow precipitate as well. Still bubbling. Could mess with this one a bit, and then we'll make it bubble more. That is true. So I'm not lying about that. Make a wheel. Yeah, it bubbles even more violently. This side's positive, this side's negative. No, this side's negative, this side's positive. Update, it's all yellow and disgusting. Yum. There's green on the walls. It's still bubbling. It's still bubbling away. It's really gross. All these little particles. And if I move this, still that bubbles more. You know what, I probably shouldn't have water all over it. This isn't water, by the way. Pretty sure it's WD-40 from another project. Anyways, more salt? Why not? Yummy, yummy. Enough with the salt, time to test what other things do to it. So I have this, and then I have the elixir of the gods. Alright, so we've got our next seasoning of choice. Pepper. Let's put it in the bubbling side. Going in. Interesting. See, that's very interesting. It's doing nothing. Still bubbling. Okay, I washed the chopstick. Definitely needed to wash it. But here we go, elixir of the gods. It's not coming out. That was interesting. I'd like to announce it has stopped bubbling. Maybe it has. No, wait. Nobody move, nobody move. Oh, it's still bubbling. There's some movement. Interesting. Do you find it interesting? Alright, enough of this tomfoolery. Don't you agree? Enough. Enough is enough. Let's remove this. Yummy, yummy. Alright. Come back for part 2, taste testing. So here would be the conductivity issues. You can see the wire that was already corroded, just completely corroded into nothingness. So that will be that room. So yeah. Do you want to know? Vegemite and pepper do nothing. Just, and also fire apparently. Some of the leads from the corroded side ended up in this side. Look at that. Look at that. So much. I can bring them side by side. It's much darker. And of course the other wire is just completely gone in comparison. But that's much. That's a strange how it's like dark tint. Definitely like to make this larger. Use distilled water and an actual chemical and get these chimneys working with some pipes and a little thing to make sure whatever. Get some pipes for the gas, make sure one's oxygen, one's hydrogen, and then use it for some stuff, maybe an engine. Yeah. Alright, so main takeaways. I'm not sure why the gas was on just one side. I'm not sure what the liquid green was all about, and also solid yellows. That's what I'm going to call them. Probably need to get lots more surface area on these two, so they don't just corrode into nothingness, and that we get more gas. Redo the design, make it larger, make it so it actually separates oxygen and hydrogen. Fill those gaps, and yeah, I'd like a design like stacked plates of metal, or like iron wool. I've seen iron wool used for its really high surface area, and that should be good. Yeah.